What's up everybody, WayoftheBey here, and today to celebrate the end of 2020 and the new year, I'm going to be going over the 10 best Beyblades that were released this year. Alright, so with 2020 ending and the new year arriving, I'd just like to take a look back at the best 10 Beyblades that were released this year. And even though 2020 hasn't been a great year, we still had a lot of nice Beyblades released. So from Big Bang Genesis all the way to Hollow Death Sector, I'm going to be ranking out of all those releases what I think are the best 10 Beyblades released, so top 10. Now, I'm going to be ranking these Beyblades based on their design, how they do in battle, and the parts they come with. So without further ado, let's start with number 10. Alright, so number 10 on the list, we have Lucifer the End. So Lucifer the End is a right-spinning defense Beyblade, part of the limit break layer system. Lucifer the End has the End ring, the Lucifer chip, which has metal and a rubber burst stopper, the disc, and the drift driver. The drift driver is a really good driver for opposite spin battles. The disc is pretty decent for this limit break Beyblade. It is a limit break disc compatible with only limit break layers. And Lucifer the End's gimmick is pretty good. When these tabs get pushed by the disc, this wall barrier will go down, but it is flawed. It does scrape and force the Beyblade to run out of spin pretty quickly. So that is a flaw with this Beyblade, which is why it is only number 10 on the list. But the Lucifer chip is pretty good with the metal and the little rubber burst stopper. So that is why it is number 10 on the list. The Beyblade's design and the parts are great, but how the Beyblade does, not so great. So that is number 10 on the list. On to number 9. And number 9, we have Glide Ragnarok. So Glide Ragnarok is number 9 because it is a pretty good Beyblade with its parts and its design, but not so good in battle, kind of like Lucifer the End. Now Glide Ragnarok is a nice stamina type Beyblade with the Glide ring, the Ragnarok chip, the 1S single chassis, and the wheel disc as well as revolve. Now we have plenty of revolves. It's a pretty decent stamina type driver, but wheel is the best part about this Beyblade. Wheel is one of the best discs that we've gotten lately. One of the best discs, honestly, of 2020 that we've gotten with Beyblade. So personally, I really like wheel. It goes in a bunch of amazing combos, and it's why Glide Ragnarok is number 9 on the list. Overall, nice design, great parts, but overall, the Beyblade doesn't do so well. So that is why it is number 9 on the list. So 9 is Glide Ragnarok. On to number 8. And number 8 is Curse Satan. So Curse Satan is a right spinning defense type Beyblade, and Curse Satan is a pretty decent defense Beyblade. It is a random booster prize bay, and looking at it, it is really nice. I do like its design. We have the Curse ring, which is a nice defensive ring, the Satan chip, which looks really nice, as well as the 1D chassis, which is a pretty decent single chassis. We also have the Hurricane disc that originally came with Bushin Ashura. I do like its gray color, and the Universe driver. Now this Universe driver is a pretty good defense driver and goes really well with Curse Satan. All these parts are free spinning, so a lot of spinny parts on this Beyblade. I do like its design a lot, but it is not the best Beyblade out there. Its design is great, its parts not so great, but it does do pretty well in battle, so that's how it got to number 8. So overall, a nice looking Beyblade. Its parts are pretty decent, like the Universe driver and the Curse ring, but overall not the best Beyblade. So that is why it is only number 9, or number 8. So now let's actually take a look at the number 7 Beyblade. Number 7 is another random booster prize bay. This time it's Death Diabolos. So Death Diabolos is on this list because it is a pretty good Beyblade. It's a balance type right spinning Beyblade. We have Death as the ring, which is a good attack type layer. We have the Diabolos chip, which is good for, it's a dual spin chip, which means it's left and right, has metal on it. It's a pretty good chip. It does look really nice with the entire layer and is used in a lot of good combos. We also get another 1D chassis with this, but a red recolor, which is pretty decent. Single chassis aren't really that great, so it's just there. We also get the 4 disc with the turn frame. This is a pretty decent disc, definitely not the best. And we also get the merge dash driver, a dash driver, which means the spring is tighter, which means the clicks are harder to click, and means the Beyblade bursts less. So overall, really nice design. Parts are not so good except the layer and the ring, and that is why Death Diabolos is only number 7 on the list. So Death Diabolus, a pretty nice Beyblade with the layer and the design. But that's all. Now let's go on to number 6. Alright, so number 6 on this list is actually Brave Valkyrie. Brave Valkyrie is a really nice attack type Beyblade with the 3 blades, and this is the first Valkyrie to get rubber on it, which is great for attack. The Valkyrie chip is a really nice design. I do like its color. The 2A chassis is really nice to go with this layer. It's perfect for this Beyblade. You can have it to where the blades line up with Brave's blades, or you can have it to where the blades line up with the rubber, adding some attack. So I do like the customizability with that. And the Evolution Dash driver is pretty nice as well. This is worn down because the Evolution Dash driver is a wearable or an awakening driver. After it's used for a while, the tip wear down, forcing it to increase its speed, which is pretty great. So overall, a really nice Beyblade. I do like its design and its attack ability, and the combo itself is really good just by its stock combo. So that is why Brave Valkyrie is number 5 on the list. But now, or no, actually number 6 on the list. But now let's go on to number 5. Alright, so number 5, we have Mirage Fafnir. Mirage Fafnir is a really good Stammer type Beyblade. It is left spin, has a rubber all over the ring, which means it can absorb right spinning Beyblade's spin. The Fafnir chip is a nice design. Fafnir is a fan favorite, one of my favorites, and looks amazing. The 2S chassis it comes with is really good. It does have a lot of stamina to it with combos that you try and make. Its teeth aren't that good, but with Fafnir it's pretty decent. It doesn't really need to be that great when absorbing spin. And it has the different mode, which is counter mode. So we have counter mode where this sticks out, which counters against left spin Beyblades. And then we have absorb mode, which means only the rubber is shown, and that allows it to absorb right spin Beyblades. So I do like the ability to change its modes. That way it can counter left spins, which the other Fafnirs had that flaw with. They were weak against left spins, but Mirage Fafnir overcame it with that 2S chassis. We also get the Nothing driver, which honestly is nothing. It's not the best driver. Absorb could have done a little better, or any other driver like Revolve or something. But overall, a nice Beyblade that got 5th place. But now let's go on to number 4. Alright, so number 4 is Tempest Dragon. Tempest Dragon overall is a really nice attack type combo. The Tempest ring is my personal favorite ring of this season that was released. Tempest is really good, used in a lot of competitive combos. Dragon's fine. I do like the gold, white, and rainbow design to it. The 1A chassis that originally came from Super Hyperion is really nice too. It does match the shape of Tempest, and the charged metal driver is pretty nice. It's like charged but has a lot of metal to it and is really heavy. This Beyblade's a really heavy attacker. Definitely not the best attack type Beyblade, but overall a really nice one. I do like the design, and the little gimmick to the Tempest ring, really nice. I do like how you can awaken it, or it's awakened mode, but overall with the blades coming out, you can have it off or on, which increases its attack. And when it's off, this is sort of like a bound spring blade, which I really like. So overall, Tempest Dragon, a very nice Beyblade, and this is number 4 on the list. But now let's go on to number 3. Alright, so number 3 on the list we have is World Spriggan. World Spriggan is a nice balance type dual spin Beyblade. It's on number 3 on the list because its design's great, the parts are really good, and just how it does in the stadium is pretty decent as well. Now, the only flaw with this Beyblade is the Unite Dash driver. Not so great. It does run out of stamina pretty quickly, but overall, everything else is really good, and it does make up for the Beyblade. We have the dual spin Spriggan chip with metal on it, which is really nice. Kind of like the Diabolus chip, but it's different. You can twist it to change its spin direction. And we have a dual spin ring, the first one in Super King and to be released this year. So we have the right spin, which resembles Spriggan Requiem, and we have the left spin, which resembles Legend Spriggan, which is really nice. Dual spin base that resembles past versions of this, or past evolutions of this Beyblade, which is really nice. We also have the 2B chassis, which is really nice as well, with the free spin chassis. It can also be locked into place as well, depending on how you put it on the Beyblade, which is a really nice balance type chassis. Wasn't really sure how they were going to do it when it first released, but overall it's a nice chassis. And Unite Dash as well. Now, the driver isn't so great, does run out of stamina, but everything else really nice. So that is why it is 3rd on the list. Design's great, parts are great as well, and how it does in the stadium is really nice. So this is why it's number 3 on the list. Now let's go on to number 2. Alright, so the second Beyblade we have on the list is Helios Volcano. Helios Volcano is a left spinning balance type Beyblade, and this is second on the list because it's a really good combo. I really like its bluish color. Its parts are really good as well, and it's just a really nice looking Beyblade, and it does really well in battle, just the stock combo itself. We have the Volcano ring, which is a limit break system ring, kind of like the Lucifer the End layer. We bring it all the way back up. This is it before it activates. Then you grab when the disc moves, it'll activate. Here's about to activate. There it goes. When it activates, this spring goes all around and activates more blades and a spring blade mode right there, which is really cool. We also get a metal chip as well as a metal chip core, which is really nice. We also get the limit break disc, which is U, as well as Zone Dash Z+, which is a really good driver. So overall, a really nice looking Beyblade with really great parts. So this is the second Beyblade on the list, Helios Volcano. So now let's go on to the number one Beyblade on the list. Alright, so last, number one on the list is Rage Longinus. The reason Rage Longinus is number one on the list is because it is honestly a great stock combo. The parts it comes with are really good, and just the layer and the design itself is really nice. I really like its color. So Rage Longinus is a left spinning attack type Beyblade. The whole design of this Beyblade is really nice. I do like how the 3A chassis goes really well with the Rage ring, where when it attacks a Beyblade, it actually shoots them up and just throws them around the stadium. Destroy Dash is a really good driver. It's in dash form, so it's really hard for it to burst, which is good for attack types. It's a really good attacking and stamina-like driver, so after it attacks for a while, this little wheel right here helps with stamina. And overall, its design looks really nice. Rage is the second heaviest ring following Hollow, and the little dragon heads do actually pack a punch. So overall, a really nice Beyblade. This is why Longinus is one of my favorite Beyblades released this year. So this is why it is number one on the list. Number one is Rage Longinus. Alright, so that was my top 10 Beyblades that I think were the best released this year. So from Big Bang Genesis all the way to Hollow Death Scyther, these are the top 10 Beyblades that I think were best released this year. From Rage Longinus all the way to 10th Lucifer the End. So let me know down below what your top 10 would look like from Big Bang Genesis to Death Scyther. What would it look like? What's your favorite Beyblade and why? I'd love to know. So let me know down below. But this is going to be the last video for the year. 2020 is ending and we're going to 2021. Can't wait to see how the channel will grow next year. We are at 800 subscribers and hopefully next year we can reach 1,000 very soon. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone and it'd be great for the channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And a like would be much appreciated on this video. 2020 has been a rough year, and I hope Beyblade, for those of you who do love it, just brought some joy into your life as well. It was rough, there was a lot of tough things that went on, but with Beyblades, lots of amazing and fun Beyblades were released. So thanks so much for joining the channel and supporting it. We reached 800 subscribers, which is a lot of subscribers. And overall, lots of great videos. The channel honestly grew a lot during 2020, and I can't wait to see how it'll grow in 2021. But that's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching Way of the Bay.